Good afternoon. This is Deanna with Food Bank Beautiful. I hope you all are having a lovely day. For those of you who are new, this is a channel that is dedicated to people who use the food bank, just encouraging them to go when they need to go, and then helping to give them ideas about the things that they can do with their food bank groceries. So if that interests you and you're new, I encourage you to stick around. Today we're going to make a soup, and I'll talk more about that in just a second. And if you're a return viewer, you know you're my favorites. So thank you for being here. It is a little bit cold and rainy outside. I don't think you'll hear a lot of collateral noise. Grandma is probably going to take a nap here in a little bit. Honey Bunny's taking a nap. All of my chickens are outside and being very good. So I think we're going to be okay. So about a week ago, I went to the food bank. Maybe it was a little bit longer than that. And in the meat section, where they just fill the bag for you and give it to you, they also included this package of pesto tortellini. And when I had done the food bank haul, I made a comment like, I just don't know that I'll eat this. Maybe I can feed it to Grandma. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking if no one eats it, it'll have to go to the chickens, unfortunately. But one of you, GINCO, gave me a comment and said, hey, let's, think about making this into soup and you'll feed 3 people instead of 1. And so I thought that was an excellent idea, and today that's what I'm going to do. Now, my memory is a little bit faulty and my phone doesn't hold a lot of information, but I thought that GINCO, and her name is Ginger, I thought that she also included a recipe for me of a soup that she makes, a tortellini soup that she makes, although it very well could have been somebody else. So if you're the one that gave me your soup recipe, it looked absolutely lovely. It is not the recipe that I'm going to use today because it had sausage in it and nobody in my family eats pork. So we're not going to make that one. I could make it with a chicken sausage, but the only chicken sausage that I like is at Trader Joe's, and that's quite a distance from my house, and I'm just not gonna go do that today. So today we are going to make a vegetarian tortellini soup, and we're going to be using this. So I'm going to start with this pesto tortellini. I'm going to make a chicken stock, and I'm going to start with this, and I only have 1 or 2 more jars of chicken stock on my counter, and I have no chicken bones. So whatever I need for stock after this, I'm going to add water, and I'm going to use my chicken bouillon. So this is mine. I'm going to put some carrots in my soup. Those are mine. And actually, let me take that back. I've got some little tiny baby carrots left. Let me use those up, and then we can call it food bank instead of mine. So I'll be using my own this, and the celery I think is mine. Everything else that I'm using is food bank. So let's go through that. I am going to chop up some cabbage and add it to the soup. I have some red peppers that I'm going to add to the soup. I have some lemon juice in a jar that is mine, or I have this lime that is food bank, but I am going to put some citrus juice in there. I haven't decided which yet. I'm going to add a quart of white navy beans. Oh, sounds so good. I love bean soup. I have some sun-dried tomatoes. These are mine, actually. I'm not sure I'm putting these in the soup or not. We will see. I have some onion that is food bank, and you can see that one of them is sprouting. So off camera, I will be chopping those up and getting those into the freezer, as well as the rest of my red peppers. So let me get some prep work done, and then I'll bring you back, and we're going to make a soup I have no idea how it's going to turn out. We're just going to throw stuff in a pan, and however it turns out is how it turns out. Okay? All right, be brave, people. We don't know what we're going to end up with. It could be delicious. It could be a disaster. Anything is possible on this channel, as you well know. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I was able to go back and find some information. So no matter what I say in this video, at any point moving forward, this is what I want you to know. GINCO 5203, her name is Ginger. She's the one that gave me the idea to make a soup using that tortellini. I knew somebody gave me a recipe, but I couldn't remember who, and I couldn't find it while I was making this video. But I did find it. And her name is ANGIE GRYSZAN, G-R-Y-S as in Sam, Z as in zebra, AN-GW9G2. And she wrote out for me her full recipe of her soup. And that is listed in the video that's called Mini Distribution Day 3/15/24. So to Angie, thank you so much. I know it took a lot of time to write that recipe out. It looks like a beautiful recipe. I hope that the viewers will go back and take a look at that. I think it's an excellent recipe. And if somebody makes that soup from Angie's recipe, I would love for you to let me know, okay? There is probably 1,000 different ways to make a tortellini soup because everybody's kitchen is different. Everybody has different supplies in their kitchen. Everybody has different dietary requirements, likes and dislikes. But the important thing is that you viewers are participating in what is going on here. So I want to say thank you both to Ginger and Angie. I'm going to put you in the title of this video. It's going to be, I don't know what the exact title of it's going to be, but it's going to be something like Rockstar Viewer Inspired Tortellini Soup. So you guys can look for that there. And I don't know where I'm going to be able to fit this clip into the video. So no matter what you hear moving forward or what you heard in the past, I have the names now, Ginger and Angie. Thank you so much. You guys are lovely. All right. Okay, I have done some prep work for you because that's the kind of girl I am. I do all the work so you can sit back and enjoy yourselves. You're welcome. All right, so I cut up a Tupperware of cabbage. And in this bowl, I added some red pepper. I have some celery, I have some carrots, and I used the last of my carrots from those 2 vegetable trays that I got last week. And then I have some frozen onion that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use that up because I have 5 onions that I'm going to chop up and add back to the freezer. My skillet is right here. It's nice and warm, so we're going to add a little butter and I'm going to saute those vegetables. So let me bring you down to about right there. And we'll go ahead and do this. Just a little bit of butter. I'm going to toss those in. And I'm just going to saute these a little bit until they get soft. And then I am going to stick them in a stock pot. So I will bring you back when these have finished sauteing. Okay, I have chopped up my red pepper. This is ready to go into the freezer. On the stove behind me, I have my chicken stock, my navy beans, and my cabbage heating up. And then right down here, I am getting ready to add that to my stock pan. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, there it is so far. That is everything I've done so far. I need to add the seasoning. I might add some tomato paste. We're going to let that cook. I'm going to go ahead and add the tortellinis because I don't think this soup is going to take very long. This is the Amy's pesto tortellini. Smells good. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my boiling pot of soup, all right? I want to be able to taste that pesto before I even begin to season this soup. So I'm just dumping that in there. And then I'll keep an eye on that for the next few minutes, and then I'll start taste testing and see how we're going to doctor this soup up. So far, super easy. Okay, I am going to add about 2 tablespoons of these sun-dried tomatoes. I don't care about the oil. I think it'll just flavor the soup nicely. There we go. The nice thing about sun-dried tomatoes is a little goes a long, long way. So I don't remember what this jar cost. I want to say somewhere between $3 and $5. But you can get, this is going to be the second, third, this is probably the 3rd time I've used this to flavor a dish, and I can at least flavor 1 or 2 more. So I'm pretty happy with it. All right, well, I'm waiting for that tortellini to kind of thaw out in my soup. I went ahead and got my celery prep. It's just going to go in the freezer now, and it'll be there the next time I need it for soup, and I won't have to do any of the work, which you know I love. Okay, we're going to take our first bite. This is completely unseasoned. I haven't done anything. So obviously we're going to need to doctor it up, but I want to know what I'm starting with. I want to know how strong that pesto flavor is. So here we go. It's mild and I love it. I think my husband is going to gobble this soup up. He'll probably want to marry me all over again. Or I don't know, maybe he's looking for an exit door. He's not. He's going to love this soup. I can tell right now that I am going to add salt, pepper, garlic. I'm going to use my minced garlic. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. So let me go ahead and grab those while you're right here. And I'm sure that all of you do this too, but I oftentimes cannot use a whole can of tomato paste at one time. So I just chuck it out in little, tablespoon sizes, flash freeze it, and then I throw it in a baggie where I can easily add it to soup. So we're going to add 1. I wonder if I should add, no, I'm going to go ahead and add the other one. There we go. Let's not second guess ourselves, people. All right, let's not do that. I'm going to grab my garlic while I'm right here, too. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to put a little bit in, about that much. All right, we'll let that cook down. And I'm gonna get the salt and the pepper. And I don't think I'm gonna add any onion powder. So I've got about a half a teaspoon of pepper. And I'm gonna add about a half a teaspoon of salt. About that much. Okay. Still loving my jar, people. Okay, let's see what we think. Now my tomato paste has not dissolved all the way yet, so this might not be accurate, We'll take a little test. Right here. Okay. Wow. It tastes good, but we're not anywhere near the seasoning that I want. So we're going to open up this jar of Better Than Bouillon chicken. This is always a must. I always have a jar on hand. I cannot cook without this stuff. This is just too good for words. So I'm just going to go ahead and put about a tablespoon, and then we'll see. What we think. And I'm going to give it a minute or two to let that tomato paste mingle so I can get a true taste test, and I'll come back when I do that. Okay, so I did a little taste test, and off camera I added 2 more tablespoons of tomato paste, and I'm going to add another little bit of this. So maybe another little tiny, maybe teaspoon and a half. Let's see where we're at there. This is such a gorgeous old world soup. It looks so yummy. It looks very peasanty. It looks very rustic. I think this is going to be a beautiful soup. And I like basil, but I don't like it in massive, massive quantities. So it's not overpowering, to me anyway. Let's see if my tomato paste is cooked down. See it in there. Okay. We'll give it another minute and see how it tastes when it's all cooked down. I'll bring you guys back. Okay, we are done. I have a little bit in this cup, and I'm going to taste test it for you guys. Got carrot and cabbage and broth in this bite. Can you see all that steam coming off? I'm always going to burn my mouth. Let's see what we think. Okay, that is so good. First of all, the cabbage and the white bean, you cannot go wrong with that. So I love that. I've got a tortellini here, and I want to taste the tortellini. Cut it in half. Let's see what we think. Okay, that was delicious. That was so good. Let's see, I'm going to try to take one more bite. Got a little red pepper in this bite, some white beans, and a little bit of cabbage. That tortellini was delicious. Oh my God. Here we go. Let's let the steam come off for a second. Here we go. That's my husband's phone. Just ignore it. Okay, that was so good, you guys. Okay, that is a 10 out of 10. So Ginger, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for suggesting that I take that pesto tortellini and make a soup out of it. I never would have thought of that on my own. So I learn as much from you guys as you guys do from me, probably more, because there's one of me and there's hundreds of you guys. So we took the Amy's pesto tortellini, and it's good. All right, we took it from good to better by making a soup. We added our homemade chicken stock. We added a little tomato paste. We added some chicken seasoning. And then we took it from better to best. And we added some carrots and some peppers and some cabbage. And I don't know what else. Some additional seasoning and those navy beans, if I hadn't said that already. It is a knockout. So this is definitely a win-win. It's a 10. There will not be leftovers of this. We might not eat it all in one day, but by the next day it'll be gone. I'm gonna serve it with some toast and butter, and I think it'll be delicious. And I really liked it. So thank you again, Ginger. You are a rock star. Thank you for your idea. Like I said, I don't know if I can find that recipe. I'm not sure if Ginger sent me the recipe for her idea for tortellini soup or if somebody else did. But if I can find it, I'll include it. If I can't find it, please accept my apologies. I can't always go back and find what video the comments were in. There's more than 60 videos now, and you guys are beautiful commenters, so there's a lot to go through if I don't catch it right away. All right, you guys, have a great day. Make yourself a pot of soup, and then, you know, comment me. Tell me what kind of soup you made, how much of it you used from your food bank, what you added to it, and did you go from good to better to best? Because that's what we did today. We went from good to better to best, and we made a soup that is so good I can't even see straight. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.